Okay.
Welcome
Okay,
back.
Welcome back. Can they see this?
No, they can't.
Oh, okay.
It's nice though.
I feel like I like when they can see our hands. But
I feel like we have a sheepdog on the table. Well, welcome back. If you don't know, I'm Jordan.
I'm Ryan.
And
Wicked
this
Street
is
Media. This is the Wicked Experience. We are Wicked Street Media, but this is the Wicked Experience. Welcome back.
Like
How
this
are
channel is like legit us. Like this
This
how
is
we
us.
act.
We're chilling.
We don't.
I'm Ryan.
I feel like the other channel is just like we have our fun.
The
I
other-
think we have a lot of ourselves in there too.
I think the
For
other
sure.
channel's a lot of focus of our automotive personalities. There's a lot to us,
Yeah.
but that channel sees a lot of just our automotive side.
Yeah.
So this is where you get to know us a little bit more, talk about more stuff. You might be able to hear the pots and pans in the background. I can't. I can hear them, but I don't know if this is hearing them.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Today.
you know.
Today's topic is something that I think we deal with on a daily basis as people that put out content about.
Yeah, as creators,
Cars.
you get a lot of criticisms, and this isn't just going to be one of those like hate comment videos. Because it's not even hate comment. It's just more like an understanding.
It's like a misunderstanding of what we
Wow,
believe
that was
in.
loud too. You got some
Sorry.
loud skin.
Sorry, man.
It's more like clarifying our standpoint on cars and almost
Or
making.
just in general, it could be like this applies for
Well, yeah,
everything in life.
that's what I was kind of gonna lead into about helping make a better, not generalization, but like an understanding for everyone else's cars and just a general rule that you could apply to looking at builds in general. So this is kind of more of a car topic, something that we were, I guess, how do we want to say it? Like
Just like what we deal with every day is
something we were met with.
comments.
Yeah.
People about, and like we said, it's not hate comments. This is just like a misunderstanding of what people portray. And I think it starts off like when we're kids or young dudes that like cars and, it's all about racing and stuff. But anyways, it's about like people that comment or say things to us.
I mean, we can use a specific example. You guys can see it probably on the other channel. We got a comment about pretty much how I'm putting the front end of my car to have the OEM like STI body style. And someone was concerned that if I was to lose a race, the person would think that they beat an STI when they only beat a WRX because my car's a WRX, it's not an STI. And I guess the way that we responded to it is it's not about the fact that it's a WRX or it's an STI. It's about the styling. And for us, it's nothing more than that. It's all about building our cars to be like what we want and express it in the style that we want it to look like. And we're building it for ourselves and for our own enjoyment, and which is pretty much what you said. Because, like you said, do you want to say the second half?
Well, yeah. So I won't read what the comments part are from them. I'll just read what we say because we can, it's us. So anyway, someone was like, "Oh, you're gonna do that?" What he was just talking about, and then I was like, "Well, number one thing, we ain't building our cars for the status approval from random dudes off the street," which is what he was saying, basically like, "Oh, if you're racing people on the street and you lose, whatever." Like, first of all, who cares?
One, I'm probably not going to be racing anyone. Two, I don't think they're going to be like, oh, like beating STI. I don't know. They'll just beat, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me.
So the rest of it says, which is pretty much the main meat of it, that I wanted to get at was like when you start doing it for other people, which doing it means like not only building your cars, but like the job that you choose, the school that you go to, the kind of car you drive in the first place.
Yeah.
When you start doing it for other people, that's when you lose and you're unhappy. Like, it's simple. So,
because like, what's the point of doing it if you're not doing it for yourself? Like, the whole thing is like, if I'm doing everything just to please everyone else, I'm gonna be unhappy because
that's
like,
not you. That's not you.
Yeah, you're not, like, it sounds selfish, but you're not doing anything that you want to do. It's all about everyone else. So I think it's important, just life in general, make sure that you're like, you got to put yourself first. And then make sure that everyone else follows closely behind you. Because obviously it's nice and awesome and great to care about everyone else and their opinions and whatever. But obviously, you got to put yourself first and make sure that you're, like, you know, you're looking out for yourself, meeting the standards that you want. And especially for the car community, it's like, I'm not going to build my car the way someone else wants it to be. And this isn't going to be like an angry rant or anything. It's just how it is. Like, I build my car the way I'd like it because that's who I am. If you want to build my car another way, why don't you go buy that car and you can build it the way you want. Like, don't be telling me how to build my car because it's my car. It's, you know, it sounds funny, dumb, but it's that simple.
If everyone liked and assumed that you need to build your car this way, you need to make it look this way, we'd all be driving around with the same car.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't have different builds. Like, you can have, like, you've seen pictures of, like, the new Supra or even, like, a Mark IV Supra as, like, a drift build, a track build, and a drag build. And it's like, that's the same car, but 3 completely different builds. And if someone's like, oh, it's messed up, you shouldn't be drag racing a Supra, it's only meant for street racing, then you wouldn't have the drift or the drag of that version of the Supra. And it's like, everyone's take on something is unique and cool. And that's what I love about this community, is that you can see one car in so many different styles. It's amazing. It's like, it's almost like it never gets old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's the main point we're trying to get at here, is like, make sure that when you're looking at things, it's great to, like, I'll ask Jordan his opinion of, like, wheels I'm looking at or suspension or other things, but at the end of the day, I don't care about his opinion. I'm going to do it the way I want. You know, it's good to see what he thinks. If he's like, oh, those wheels are ugly, but I really like them, I'm going to get them, and I'm going to know that he thinks they're ugly, but hey, at least I like them.
I think,
you know what I mean?
For another example, there was a kind of a split decision between, like specifically my wheels that I wanted on my car. I like really not flashy, but like, I don't know, I had this certain idea for my car that I wanted to do for a long time, and it finally came to life with like what it is now. I mean, it's still in the process, but I think some people were like, oh, you should have done these wheels that do, you know, fit the car or look like the rest of the car or something. But like the way that I'm looking at it is like, what's the end goal that I want it to look like?
Yeah.
So you got to buy the pieces in order, like, until it's done. It's not like you put it all together at once and then that's like, what it is. So there's stages.
Not many people have the money to build their car all at once to what they want. So a lot of people criticize in those in-between periods of building a car because they don't know what your vision is or what that end goal is. So they're just seeing step 1, step 2, step 3, and they're like, I want to see step 26. Like, what are you doing? You know?
Do you know it's all about, like, the process of building the car? Like, I was thinking the other day, just watching, like, random YouTubers, I'm like, the most fun time that I enjoy watching their stuff is, like, mid-build. Like, you are in it. Like, when the car's done, you're like, sweet, drive it around, you can look at it, take some dope pics.
As far as content and footage and stuff to watch, you're not going to watch them just drive it around all day. You'd have to have a crew following that car around just to see it driving around the streets. And you're not going to see that because it's, all right, it's just rolling down the street.
Like, I would say
the whole build process.
90% of the time that we spend with our cars is not at car shows. It's not driving them, like, together. It's in the garage, like, taken apart. Yeah. So that's, like, if you don't like doing that part, or, you know, if you're not into doing that, and I guess you just have your car sent off to get finished, I think you should rethink it because you're missing out if you're not working on your own car with certain things. I know there's other things. It's great to
learn. It saves you money, and it's just good to learn about the car you're driving. And I think, kind of going back to the fact that most of our time we're spent with our cars is working on them, I think that's why for people like us having or working our way to get a shop is the most important thing, because then we have a dedicated space just for working and building our cars and just getting them to the level that we want them to be at.
And it's the same thing with anything. Like, even if you're at a job, like, most of your time is being spent building towards something. Say you're building a house, like, the majority of the time is going to be the house being built, not like, oh, you finished it and you're just, like, looking at it and you're just like, well, it's a house. Like, there it is. It looks obviously like everybody else's.
houses are different and it comes with basic maintenance and you're living in it every day. But yeah, I hear you.
So I think
The whole
it's
like
about the
creative process is almost done once the house is built.
That's why I'm
There's
grateful.
little things to change.
I'm grateful that we have taken the past 3-4 years to build our cars slowly up to where we want them to be, and they're never done. Like when people say their car is done, you're not done, because 2 months from now you're going to be like, oh, you know what, I don't like my wing anymore, I'm going to get a different one. There you go, you're back into work. So
Yeah.
it's never done. And like what we like to do is like build things. So you take something that either looks ugly or you started with nothing, and then you just work your way up to what you actually want it to be like, and constantly be changing it when your mindset changes or your opinion change on like what you like. And I feel like maybe even one day I'll be like, oh, I'm tired of looking at those same wheels on my car for however long now. It's time to switch them up, or switch up like the body or the paint and stuff like that. So it's always, you're always moving to different places in your mindset.
Especially I feel like the coolest thing for cars is like there's a lot of like little accessories that you can always have done, whether it be like small suspension pieces like end links and other stuff, or whether it be stuff on the interior of the car like steering wheels, seats, like shift knobs, just all those accessories that you can also be diving into the whole time if you're not trying to change power or like exterior looks.
Yeah, so I think like the overall message is like, don't build your stuff because of what people tell you to do. Like, it's great to have influencing people that are like, oh, I like this, so you should like this as well, and you can conform to that. But it's not like
he was saying, kind of like don't build it for other people, but also when you do get good feedback, don't push those people away, because the people that are trying to help you are probably trying to help you. But also when it comes down to it, when it comes to like styling and building your car, do what you like. I'd say the biggest area to take advice from for car builds is with engine mods, just because there might be some people that are more experienced with tuning and modding engines. So,
and there's a difference between, yo, screw you, bro, I'm gonna do what I want, or like let me learn actual like experience from you. Because
like people telling you, hey man, don't put on a downpipe and an intake without getting a tune and all that stuff. Like, listen to that advice. The people that are saying like, all right, if you're gonna do that, you gotta make sure you get a tune, or you gotta make sure you balance those mods out with some other supporting mods to make sure that your whole build doesn't go in the toilet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a line to follow between kind of not.
I think it died. We'll close it out. But
all right,
dudes.
That was a great little talk with y'all. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoy the Wicked experience. There will be more to come if you have some more ideas of what we can do to kind of keep sharing our lives and stuff with you outside of the automotive world. Let us know. We would be glad to take your ideas into consideration and make it happen.